And he said, how would you like it if someone that you really, really love had the nerve to cheat on you behind your back, and then when you ask them about it, their only words to you is, you should have known. Huh? I should have known? I should have known? Excuse me. First off, you approached me. You told me you wanted to be around with me. You should have known? That's your excuse? Are you serious right now? Hello, welcome to my channel. Hello to everyone. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome my royals, welcome back. It is I, Princess Sasha, and I'm your royal host for this evening. If you are new, welcome to the channel. If you will, if you may, go ahead and subscribe, join the channel, join the family, become a royal, just like us, just like me. Anyway, as you can see from the title, this took me forever, but I finally decided, alright, it's time to go ahead and just do it. Just do it, just get it over with. This is me telling you why I seriously don't date anyone that I work with. And it will never happen ever again. Alright, so my first disclaimer, and this is probably the only one I need to really mention. I'm going to change the name, even though I really don't care to protect the person. But I'm going to change the name of the person that this story is mainly about, that caused me to feel the way I do. And if you know who I'm talking about and you happen to watch my video, please, no name dropping. You already know who it's about. No name dropping. But that's the disclaimer. So let's go ahead and get into this right now. So there was this guy I met back in 2013. So that tells you this was at least 7 or 8 years ago. And we worked together at the time. And pretty much anyone and everyone that knows me knows exactly what I do, who I work for, and all that. And we worked outside together during this particular job. And we were always together. Everyone was like, oh, you two are like the awesome couple. Y'all are best friends. Blah, blah, blah. Y'all stayed together. We're always together. And even when we would be separate, we would somehow end up working together. We would switch partners with people, or we would just change sides so that we were at the same area and we worked out together because we work great together. And after a while we started hanging out, going on dates, becoming closer and everything else. Mind you, at the time we were both single, so it made it that much easier when we got ready to actually, I guess, be together. So fast forward a little bit, we're talking, hanging out, and eventually we start fooling around. And one thing led to another, and our fooling around was kind of different from what I was used to because of me being used to being around different people. Yeah, I live that kind of life. I'm sorry if you're watching this, Mom. Please don't be mad at me. But after a while, I was like, all right, let me just mess around with just him. So at some point, a little bit fast forwarding, at some point, we had gotten really close and decided, okay, let's go ahead and officially date. So I posted it up on Facebook, mistake on my part, and everyone commented, oh my god, that's awesome, it's awesome, we already knew, oh, we knew it was coming, blah blah blah. So happy for y'all, so happy, and everything else. So after we made it public, literally the official relationship only lasted a month. Yeah, a month. So come to find out, there was this girl that worked in a whole nother department that was different from what we did. And not to crack on her or crash on her, nothing like that. She was real pretty, real sweet girl. And I didn't realize at the time, but he liked her a lot. And when he decided to be with me, I guess he didn't think, oh, I'm going to be with her, but still like and try and go after this girl at the same time. So he, after we broke up, started telling me about her and how he liked her and thought she was cool and wanted to hang out with her, and was saying how he really wanted to ask her out and what I think he should do. And I'm like, well, I can tell you for a fact, she don't like you the way you like her. And the way I know that is there is another guy in the same department that she works in that she likes, and I guarantee that is her boyfriend. Whether you want to believe it or not, that is her boyfriend. So kind of just left it at that for the time being, and then went along from there. So now this other guy, he's gonna come in handy a lot. I mentioned him, but I'm not gonna say his name, but I'm gonna mention him in a little bit and why he comes into play. So said person that I'm working with, I just realized I never gave him a name. We gonna just call him Dude. I know it's cliche, we gonna just call him Dude. But Dude I work with started asking me a whole bunch of weird stuff and started treating me really weird. And I'm like, why are you treating me like I'm an object or something? Or you're starting to act like I can't be friends with some other guy. And he was like, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that, you don't need to talk to him, no, it wasn't you don't need to talk to him, it's, are you fooling around with him? Are you messing with him too? What are y'all two doing together? Are you too close? And I'm just like, we're just friends. What difference does it even make? So fast forward a little bit, and me and, what should we call him? We're gonna call him Boo. So me and Boo get to talking, and we get along, we hit it off, and then we actually decide, okay, let's go ahead and go on a date or two. Mind you, I'm single again since said relationship had only lasted for 1 month. So as time goes on and Boo and I get to know each other better, we start hanging out more and everything else. So Dude decides, oh, let me send Boo a message on Facebook and just put me on complete blast, telling him all this negative stuff that I had done in the past. And I'm just like, huh? Like, bro, are you out of your freaking mind? Like, what are you telling him that for? And come to find out, he said, oh, I told him because I felt like he needed to know. Are you serious right now? So I asked him why was he doing all of this, and eventually it comes out that he had an ex. Dude had an ex, not Boo. Dude had an ex that he was not technically over yet, and I didn't know that. So when he started telling me about her, he was saying how he wasn't really over her, wasn't really ready for a relationship, yada yada yada, do that. So I'm like, okay, so what was the whole point in fooling around with me or asking me out when you knew for a fact you weren't ready for another relationship? So he was like, I thought I was over her, but I guess I'm not. And then come to find out, he was like, she did this to me, she did that. Everybody knew that she cheated on me. I didn't know. And he said, how would you like it if someone that you really love had the nerve to cheat on you behind your back, and then when you ask them about it, their only words to you is, you should have known. Huh? I should have known? I should have known? Excuse me. First off, you approached me. You told me you wanted to be around with me. You should have known? That's your excuse? Are you serious right now? So, mind you, when all of this is going on, my mom does not like this dude. She does not like him whatsoever. And I have learned over the course of history of dating people that if my mother does not like you, then I need to really reconsider just walking away from you. Because my mom's intuition on people is 99% accurate. When she doesn't like you, there's a reason she doesn't like you, which means that I should have listened to her. But nah, I was like, I'm gonna give you a chance. I work with you. Let me just go ahead and see what happens. Bruh. Never again. That's all I know. Never a freaking again. So as time went on, I started seeing things here and there. And all I could think was, people are starting to act a little weird around me. And it wasn't until maybe, I think is it 3 years later? 3 or 4 years later, I think it was 3. I want to say it was 3 years later, where a different position within the company we worked for opened up. And this was something that he really, really, really wanted to do. Talking about dude really wanted to do. And I was like, all right, cool, go for it. I know you really want to do it. I'm not doing it because I don't have an interest in it. But he kept saying, you should, you really should. I think you'll be great at this. You should definitely do this, and we can do this together, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I don't want to, but whatever. I'll just go ahead and go to the seminar for it and see what happens. Went to the seminar with him for it, and I'm like, that's something you want to do, but I don't want to do it. So I'm not going to do it. And I didn't. I went to the seminar, listened to all the info they had to give, and that was that. So, mind you, at this time, I'm getting close to officially dating Boo as well. But I'm still talking to Dude at the same time. So, finally, Dude goes ahead and he applies for the position that he wants. And lo and behold, through everything, he gets it. And I'm just like, yay, congratulations. In the back of my mind, I'm going, oh, thank God. That means that he's finally going to leave and go somewhere else and do something completely different, which will give me a chance to have a sort of mental reset from being around with him pretty much 24/7. That was my fault, but that's a whole another thing. But anyway, so I'm happy. He's leaving. Everyone else is starting to finally come back around me as he's getting ready to leave and all that. Then something happened that made me really, really upset. Come to find out, he had been telling people who Boo was. And I'm just like, how you gonna go over here and tell people who my friend is when you don't even know who he is? First off, you're mad at the fact that he blocked you, but I got nothing to do with that. But even still, why are you telling people who he is and they have no idea who he is or anything about him at all? So when I found out he had been telling people who Boo was, I'm just like, Boo doesn't even know who you are. Why are you even doing all this crap? So when he finally left and people that are close to me came up and was like, hey, so let's tell you what's been going down. And I'm like, what is he saying? He said that we should stay away from you. We shouldn't be anywhere near you. That if we have anything we need to say to you, we can tell him and he'll tell you. And we figured that wasn't the case because we know we can just come to you directly and talk to you. And I'm like, So the biggest lesson I have legit learned from this is don't date people you work with. Even if you decide, oh, I'm just going to fool around with this person or this and that. No, it's not worth it. Because the moment y'all break up or the moment y'all stop fooling around and crap hits the fan, then you're stuck. Because y'all still work in the same place unless you or whoever you were fooling around with decides to go to a whole different department or a whole different, I guess, part of the company, a different state or area or whatnot. But anyway, hopefully that wasn't too over the place and over the top. That's actually just going off of my memory of what I remember because it took me a long time to even really consider wanting to put this out as a story time. But I'm like, you know what? I gotta get it out of my head. There is a lot more to the details of who Dude was and what it was like being around with him. But my brain is not gonna let me remember any of that. I did have a wonderful time with Boo. Boo and I were together for 7 years. But that's a whole nother story for another time. But anyway, that is it for this. Whether you decide to date people you work with or not, that is on you. I just know that is a big no-no for me. Never ever again. Not happening. No. Don't think so. Anyo. I don't think so. Anyo. So anyway, please definitely, if you like this, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate it for sure. Definitely join the royal family. And thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.